Um, Hello, Miss Sharon, Amia, and anyone who else who is seeing this video. This is my reapplication video for the RA position. So I'm gonna get into it with the questions. Why do you why did you reapply for this position? What do you hope to gain from the RA experience next year? What Why I reapply for this position is because I want to take the opportunity. I enjoyed it this year with all the events that I did with my residents, and they've gained the trust of I had in Dunn Hall on the third floor. So I want to keep being of assistance to them, and I want to keep helping them, and I want they have a trust for me, and I want to keep that trust. I felt like this year I really felt like I had the best floor because my hall stayed clean, the bathroom stayed clean. They was able to come to me and talk to me about anything, and I just want to keep that going for next year. And I feel like I would be a great candidate to do either in done anywhere, whites. It doesn't matter. I feel like I would get the job done. What I gain, what what do you hope to gain from the RA experience next year? Same thing, really. I hope to gain again trust. I want to help allow out a lot of people who ever need it. Get more events done. I know I did a couple events this year, but I want to get more events done the next year, like the major things like the campfire, Spirit Week, or just little events, alcohol and sex awareness scenarios. Have everybody join together in one room, talk about certain things, how the year's going, stuff like that. But I just want to contribute a lot to the Chawan University campus and in the community. Okay, number two. What overall contributes do you feel you have made this year? What are your greatest accomplishments for the year? My greatest accomplishments for the year is when I did my big event for sex and alcohol awareness. I felt like I got the RA's attention, my URD Armani, stuff like that. I felt like we all came together, we all contributed, and I started that, and I felt good about that. And I was for a good cause, sex and alcohol awareness. I made sure I had plenty of snacks, pizza and everything. I went to everybody, so I felt like that was my greatest accomplishment. Other accomplishments, I was able to help out my residents with anything, homework, advice, because I've been here for a while and I've been in their footsteps before. And I can say that I've done some things, I've messed up, but I fixed it myself, and then I can say that to the other kids so I can prevent them from ever getting in that situation ever again. And that can also go on my contributes that I've made this year. I contributed to a lot of people that needed my help, and I contributed to the RA staff as well. You know what I'm saying? Anything they needed done, um any favors I had to do, make sure I had my riffs done, stuff like that, and just make sure I kept on top of it. And I know I had a lot because I had a lot of classes, but I tried my best and I did my best. Number three, how would you evaluate your performance this year? How would I evaluate my performance this year? To be honest with you, I evaluate my performance. It was pretty good. Again, like I helped out a lot of my residents, but I didn't do as many events as I wanted to. I did some events, but I really wanted to do more. So I feel like my performance would be maybe like a 8 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. But I feel like I know what I have to do, and I know I can do better, and that's what I want to do. I want to do better for myself and for my residents, whoever I have next year and wherever I stay at. What aspects of your performance? This is number four, by the way. What aspects of your performance would you strive to improve on? I would try to improve on I would have to say planning out more events, because me having a lot of classes and me being a senior next year, um, I know I have a very busy schedule. Time management and executing those times on mainly events and what I want to do. I feel like I need to work on that better. I feel like I did pretty good this year, but I feel like it can even be better, and that's what I'm gonna work for, and that's what I'm gonna strive on. Number five, if you had one do over or one thing you would want to change from this year, what would it be? Um, again, one do over I can say is just more events. That's all. More events. Besides everything else, I felt like I did what I had to do, and I felt like I did to the best of my ability. But one do over I would like to say is I would like to be more in this community and do more events and help out. Number six, describe an describe an instance where you learn from your mistakes. Um, what I've learned from my mistakes, I would have to say freshman year. Freshman year, I wasn't good at time management at all. But I've learned from that, and I can say like I had trouble going to classes. I still managed to keep my grades up, of course, but I had trouble going to classes, stuff like that. Um, Turning in things late that I thought was that time, but it wasn't that time, and I had that all miscombobulated. So I've learned from those mistakes. That's obviously through time, but I've still learned from it, and I can say I've gotten much better at that. What Number seven? What is your why? My why is really, why do I want to help out people, and why do I want to teach them the ways that I've learned? Well, I can tell you that it's because I've been in their situation before, and I've been in their shoes. And there's a lot of students on this campus that really don't know. It really has their head in the wrong places. I feel like I can be a great voice to that because I'm well known around the campus, and a lot of people know me. And some say they say I'm a good person, and I want to teach them, you know, my ways and how I would do things instead of the other way, especially freshmen, because they really don't know. And I remember when I didn't know. So I want to teach them that way, and I want to help them out. It can be freshman through senior. I know a lot of my senior class, their head's not in the right place, and I've helped them out. So I just want to help. That is my why. Number eight, how do you see starting with why impact your ability to do your job? Well, my why involves doing my job, and that's helping out people. And helping out people, doing it to the best of my ability, being stern, being strict sometimes when I have to be. So my why is helping out people, and I still want to do that, and I still want to do it, and I can still do that by doing my job to the best of my ability. Number nine, in what instances are you drawn to explain the what, and how might starting with your why change the way you handle those incidents? Well, first of all, explaining the what is like, what happened? How did you get yourself in this situation? What did you do to create yourself, to put yourself in that situation? And through a what, there is always a why, because they gotta have a reason for why they did it. And how to change how to change the way I handle those situations is I got to get the full story. I got to get both sides of the story. I need to know all the details on what happened. And how can I handle those is I do all the processes of, eliminating, evaluating, tell them what I would have done. And then if it's serious, call the higher authorities, public safety, my boss, Miss Sharon, Miss Amia, people like that. They come, Damien. Sorry. I think I fixed it. Damien, Mr. Damien, stuff like that. And they can come and they can help out the situation as well. There has been a time in Dunn Hall one time where my bosses came, Miss Sharon came, and they were in my hall and they were trying to figure out why students been missing classes, and they thought he was missing. And I was there, and we had to figure out why he was missing, but it was for simple reasons. I believe he was sick, but still stuff like that can get very serious. And because he missed a couple classes, he was on the verge of failing. We need to know why, what made him did this, and what was his reason, what was his why to doing it. How can we fix those situations by saying like you have to go to your advisor, you need to go to registrar's office to make sure that you got all your excuse absence for all classes. And you need to let your teachers know. You need to email your teachers to let them know that you're not feeling well. That's the obvious reason. And you gotta tell them the steps that you would do in that situation to make yourself not look as bad, because everybody was looking for that student. And yeah, that's one of my examples of that happened this year. Last question. What might Cynic's suggestions do to your ability to create and maintain a community in your residence hall? Good question. And that's again explaining the why. And that's really reaching out more so. Reach out to all of your residents, whatever situation they're in, if it can be minor or major, just talk to them. It's just a matter of speaking communication. That's one thing that I value the most, because I love communication. And whatever the why is in their situation, why they did it, the reason, and what made them do it, it's my job to fix that situation. It's my job to do my job to the best of my ability. I didn't mean to make that kind of confusing. I guess that's a little confusing. But do it to the best of my ability. That's the reason. Yeah. And that will really help in my residence hall to keeping it, trouble free and everything else. I felt like I did that this year, and I felt like I could do it again. Those are the 10 questions. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to, do the whole reapplication process. I hope you get this video, and thank you so much, and you have a blessed one. Bye.